But this is my ride-on mower. It's a Walker ride-on mower. It's got an 18 horse Kohler engine in it, and one of the ignition modules has failed. So what I've done, normally to replace this, I've done search after search on the internet, and to replace this thing you've got to pull the engine out. It's a big job. So I'm going to show you a way to do it where you don't have to actually pull the engine out. Okay, a lot quicker, a lot easier. It takes you about half an hour to pull the thing out if you do it this way, as opposed to a day by replacing, by pulling the whole engine out. So I'll just come round to this side and I'll show you what I've done. There's the good one. So here's the good module. That's fine. And on the other side, see, I wasn't getting a spark off this cylinder, so there's where the other one sits, but I've taken it out now, and here's the problem. Alright, now the actual HT lead itself, it's got some cracks and splits in it, I guess just over time, and it's letting the spark go all over the place. But plus, I think a stone or something must have hit this, because as you can see there's a huge chip out of that. There's the new one, and I shall put that on, and hopefully I'll get a spark out of number 2 cylinder. I'll just show you quickly what I did, so as you don't have to go through the headache of pulling the engine out. You see these 2 holes here, they're in line with the 2 bolts that hold on your module. Okay, so I just got a drill, came straight down through here. You get your spanner in here, you pop this bit in, right? You plug him through the little hole there, click him on, make sure it can't drop off, because again you don't want to be chasing down. So now that will just sit there. So here's the other one to go on. This one's a bit easier to get to, the bottom one. Just pop him in there. You should get a start on that by hand, I would think, if it's lined up right. Put your spark plug back on, put your wheel back on there, put your belt back over, and that's it. Just do up all the little nuts that hold this back together. I mean, again, you didn't have to undo those. I did it because I was just looking for a way to do this to start with without pulling the engine. Pull the choke back. Right, so let's just give it a kick over. Okay, so the whole thing's complete now. It's all put back together. I've took it for a run. Goes fine. One thing I will say, if you do this, when you've put the module on back in here, when you've put this piece on, okay, this is the old one, but when this is on, make sure before you crank it on the key, make sure you can turn this. Right, so you just get your hands down there and you turn this. Okay, so if you can't turn this a whole revolution, or it catches, it's because this is too low. So when you put this on, these holes are slightly elongated, as you can see. So what they do is the module can sit too low. Now if it sits too low, it can catch on the flywheel. Now if that happens, what happens there is this will pull down and just jam the whole engine up. So you've really got to make sure this is sitting up high. Okay, and then you should be fine. So just make sure you can turn this before you crank it on the key.